Okay, for the next 30 minutes or so, we're honored to be joined by Bill Wagner, authors of Confession of a Spam King. He's been featured on Coast to Coast AM and many other TV stations, C-SPAN, you name it. And he is a researcher and considered to be an expert on the Internet. And BillWagner.com is his website. But I said I was going to finish up with that one caller. And I got to watch it. I want to apologize to callers. Yesterday, I went into an hour and 15 minutes of overdrive. I told all the Genesis callers to call my studio phone number. Then I proceeded to rant in a out-of-control manner for an hour and 15 minutes, ended the show, and forgot I told you to call. Just like I just forgotten that I told Yvonne in Florida to hold, because I was going to finish up with him, and then was about to forget. So I think I'm going to institute a policy that if I don't go to your calls within 20 minutes when I give the number out, we'll just shut the phones down and clear the phones so I don't waste your time and my time, and I apologize for that. It's just my brain is all over the map, as I know yours is. I mean, the world is getting crazy. I'm like a guy in a batting cage with 50 balls every 5 seconds being shot at me. There's no way to hit them all. I guess I've got to decide which ones are the most important to hit and just focus on those. But Yvonne was finishing up with the fact that where he's at in Florida, he doesn't see any oil. And I'm seeing that in the news, so the media is separately hyping it, but then separately saying it's not a big deal. And it's just a lot of weird psyop propaganda going on here. But where it is bad in Mississippi and Louisiana, they won't let the people, back a month ago when they had a chance to stop a lot of this, build their own berms to keep it from getting into the estuaries. Because, no, this can only be a federal operation. And by the way, we have confirmed that a bunch of National Guard are being sent down there. So, Yvonne, go ahead and finish your point.
Yes, sir. A couple things. Now, I just saw on the news a short while ago, a local channel here, they were showing stuff on the local beaches and saying, oh, look, there's oil. But if, I'm born and raised in Florida, what they were showing was the usual stuff we get. Dead seaweed, little red tide stuff, and it was not oil that they were showing with the widescreen shot of the local beach.
Well, it looked like old tar balls. They were like, look, we finally found some, and it was tar balls, which are probably 10 years old.
Yeah, something like that. And I call myself Avon after Avon Park, one of the original FEMA camps where I had the joy of living there. It's a FEMA military camp. I was there for 8.5 years, where I first started listening to you by a kind of a jury-rigged radio that I got my hands on.
So were you part of the civilian inmate labor camp program?
No, sir. Well, more or less. I was in prison, sir.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just I know that they've openly had FEMA camps run by the Army. It's called the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program, and it's just hidden in plain view, just like our government admits they grow the opium in Afghanistan, just like the CIA admits they put out fake bin Laden videos now, and it's just, oh, no big deal. But now the CIA says bin Laden's going to get us. He's in Iran with Saddam's WMDs. He's in a warehouse sitting on the nukes. I appreciate your call, buddy. Good to hear from you. All right, going to Bill Wagner, Confessions of a Spam King. And, I could go over his bio here, but that would take up all the time we have today. Bill, what's the best way to describe yourself?
A crusader for truth for this country. The Constitution, God, family, country. That's the best way to describe myself. Defending what is true and against the people that try to destroy our daily lives every single day on the Internet and try to track and hunt us down and read our emails and, spy on us and do everything they can to try to destroy our Internet experience and control it.
Yeah, one of my favorite conspiracy theories is that I'm a federal agent and that I'm sitting there selling everybody's name to the government. Folks, the government built the Internet. They've already got your name. They're already tracking you.
That's
Do you
right.
understand that?
Alex, can I correct something? It's very important.
Yeah.
BillWagner.com is not me. That is one of these psycho crazies out there.
Well, I apologize. That's what I was given in the bio.
Okay.
Give us your website.
It's 888freedom.com. I own 888freedom.com. Because these people are insane that are putting Bill Wagner up. So 888-FREEDOM.
Well, I apologize, buddy. 888-FREEDOM.
That's no problem. Yeah, I tell you, it's the government does own the internet. That's the thing that everybody forgets about. That it was started by the military. It's owned by the military. But the thing that gets me, Alex, is what I don't understand, and what I'm crusading against is the fact that there's foreign entities out there. For example, there's one in particular company called Spam House, HAUS.org. They're out of the United Kingdom. Okay, and they're the ones that say what goes on in the United States. They're the ones that tell America Online. They're the ones that tell every internet service provider that's out there what they can say and what they can't say. It's unbelievable. I've been dealing with this company for 16 years. They do nothing but blackmail and extort people, and they don't. And if they don't like you, if they don't like me, they'll put us into what they call a blacklist, where people can't even come to our site or even reach us. These people...
Well, that's right. They have these databases that taxpayer money pays for government buildings, quote, free government Wi-Fi that taxpayers pay for. And Paul Watson's confirmed, one of my British webmasters, that on the big train systems and the train stations in England and Europe, most places it says you're not allowed to go to Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com because we're in the hate database.
Yes, I'm in the hate database as well, Alex.
You're hateful.
I've been 16 years in the hate database. They don't like what I have to say, and the reason why is because I won't bow down to these tyrants. I will not sit back and let the King of England, Steve Linford, that's his name, from spamhouse.org, that I will not bow down to these guys. I will not just pay him off $150 grand and say, oh, leave me alone. No, that's not the way America works, in my opinion, and I will not bow down to these people. No, I won't. And so you have Spam House at the top. They're the very top of the food chain, all right? Then you have guys like Google. Now, Google, okay, when I spoke in front of the federal government in 2003, I sat right next to the owner of Google, the guy that runs all the software right there, and I caught him up in his slip. And it's right on C-SPAN, and I just laugh every time I look at this thing. And he told me, because I asked him, I said, so you're telling me, because I told him some things, and I said, so you're telling me you make no money whatsoever. No money whatsoever. This is the guy of Google. I caught him on tape, and he says, that's right, sir, we make absolutely no money. And I just laughed, and I said, we'll see it to believe it. How much is Google worth? $8 billion? Now we got under them. We have Facebook.
No, Google's worth a lot more than $8 billion.
Is it more now?
Oh, it's just huge. It's astronomical.
I mean, goodness, Google Earth. Come on, you can find it's Google. Listen.
Well, that was NQTel, known admitted CIA proprietary development company that funded that.
I would not doubt that one bit. I know that Google, every email, every search that you do on Google is tracked and fed to a database, and that database tracks your habits, what you like, what you don't like. Your emails that are, so many people that use Gmail and America Online, all these things, they read what you say before you even get the email. Before you even get the email. It's more like a racketeering situation where you have a mob, and at the top it's Spam House in the UK. Google listens to them. Then you have Facebook, Twitter, and these other guys that operate under them. And it's basically, hey, you have to get permission to do anything at all. For example, with me, I went to Washington, D.C. for one reason alone, to protect the First Amendment of the United States, to say, hey, listen, not everybody out there is a big, bad pornographic email marketer or email spammer or what you want to call it. And they labeled me everything you can possibly imagine. It's like I do to you, Alex. And so I did this, and luckily there was a law passed out of it, and I protected the First Amendment then. But now, for some reason, all these companies say, the hell with the law. The hell with it. Forget it. Now, that don't mean anything. So these companies don't obey the law, do not abide by the Constitution, and they just roll right over us.
And we're mainly looking now at how they're trying to claim, what can and can't be email. They're trying to expand that to calling blog spam. Now your views on your own website are spam. They're trying to manipulate reality. But what you've really written about